is something very painful for child actors. Tell us about your experiences when you can't be a kid because you're working from the age of a toddler.
Yeah, it's definitely that way regardless of the child actor, but to equate any child actor to the stature that Michael was as a child and then where he went afterwards, there hasn't been anybody. And that's one of the things that I think was painful for Michael, was that he had no empathy from anyone, because there was no one who had reached the level of success as a child and then reached that as an adult. So there is a definite isolation that takes place. And if you do have stage parents, which I didn't, thank God, there can come this total isolation. Even at the like where I was nationally known, but was for a short period of time. And for the rest of my childhood, though I stayed in the industry, I didn't have international prominence. And there's something about that international prominence and the need to be in the spotlight all of the time that adds a level to this that I don't think anybody could even begin to comprehend that Michael had. There wasn't this, and I want to cast no aspersions at all upon Michael's family or his parents, but we've heard him say how there was this consistent pressure, particularly from his dad, that Michael himself has said was part of, though he loved to perform, there was this constant drive to be Michael Jackson the superstar versus being Michael the son, or just Michael the human. And so for me, I didn't have any of those pressures that Michael had.
Well, he has in fact said that his father whipped him during rehearsal, hit him with a belt if he made a mistake while he was doing a routine. If he didn't move perfectly, boom, the belt came down. Now, what was that like, and did you ever hear that from Michael himself when you were a kid?
No. The time that I spent with Michael was, and it's why there's so much of this that needs to be talked about. We need to have an answer about the case, and there needs to be something that's done, because there are so many questions about the case. But the thing about Michael is my memories of him are only and always joy-filled. Always and only him wanting to be happy, having a good time. It was around the time of Off the Wall going into Thriller, which for all of us is our favorite memories of Michael, because that's when it was about the moonwalk, and it was about his smile, and it was about his brilliance and becoming the #1 artist of all time.
Even though he was 11 years older. Did you ever find anything strange about that?
No. Never.
And this is what some people are saying about this audio tape, because I covered the Michael Jackson child molestation trial, and a lot of people would they would actually read into something a very sinister motive when you could read a very innocent motive into it. And this audio tape shows that he is really concerned about kids. This is him uncensored. He's drugged out. He could say anything. If he had a dirty thought, he could have said it. Yeah. But his thoughts were pure. It was about helping kids, building a children's hospital, helping sick kids. So do you think he got a bum rap with the whole child molestation accusation?
Huge. I think it was huge. My first, obviously not there, and I understand human nature, and that anyone, no matter how sweet and sincere they seem, could do the most heinous thing. But from my experiences with Michael as a kid, and maintaining my focus upon Michael, wanting to get reconnected with him just because I wanted to be a person who could love Michael for Michael, and I knew he didn't have that. You hear it in his music, you see it in the choices he made that he didn't have to make, that he was in a position to do whatever he wanted to do artistically. And you're absolutely right, it's a great observation that even in an induced state, his heart for wanting to help children and wanting to see the world a better place was right there, even in that state.